Good afternoon, YouTubers. This is Edward at the Golden Palace in Mindanao, Philippines, deep in the jungle. And beautiful afternoon here at the palace. The kids just got done swimming. And they've been in the pool for like 2-3 hours because no power. Scheduled maintenance from 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 a.m. or 4:30 p.m. Right now it's just after 4:30 and no power yet. As you can see, it's 90 degrees, 90.6 degrees Fahrenheit on 13th of May. So yeah, it's a hot one without aircon. I spent a couple hours in the old van here with the aircon going, and we did finally get the solar crew here. They're here today now, so that's great. We can get that conduit and wire run in preparation for the export meter here within a couple weeks, hopefully. So they got the system down right now because they're, putting in their wiring and conduit right now. We've had to bust through the wall to run some wires out. And here's where they busted through. Right here. Nope, we just got the power back on. Hear the old fan running. So that's good. So anyways, so we got this here hole now and some conduit, and they'll run it along the back of this wall. And then where the meter's gonna be outside. And then the other one will be here. Got a hole through the wall, which will hook up to on this other end of the meter. So it'll be a upstream and a downstream connection point for the meter. And that will show all the power I make from the solar system going onto the grid. And here's the location. This is their import meter right here, and then we'll have the export meter right here. So you can look and see what I'm being owed and how much I'm going to be credited every single month. And like the size of my system, I've sized it so it should be a zero or near zero bill every month. And hopefully that's the case. That's the goal. And actually our credit should be building every single month and then accumulating until the end of the year. So that's the key. And if this all works out according to what the new net metering law is in the Philippines, if it all works out the way it reads, once you get all your credits accumulated at the end of December 31st, then the power company pays the solar producer in cash, whatever the final amount is, final credit. Then they zero that out and then January 1st, you start over again. And if that all works according to what the law reads, and I agree, because once they install this export meter, I have to sign a net metering agreement. It was contract between Lilibeth, my wife, and power company to agree on what kind of rate they're going to be paying us per kilowatt hour and how that tracks. So it'll be, if they raise their rates, The contract, I want to read, so it's a percentage. So we get always a percentage of whatever their rate is, not a flat rate. Because a flat rate, we're going to lose over time because they're going to continue to raise their rates, right? That's what power companies do. So hopefully that'll all work out. If that all works out, then I'm going to put battery system in and maybe even expand the panels, because the more panels you have, the more power you can put onto the grid, the more you get paid at the end of the year. And that's the key, right? Income generation is, especially, that's pretty much a passive income generation. And yes, you have to put a big capital cost up front to get your system installed, but then you're good to go after that. Yeah, hon, you can turn on the aircon in the house. You can turn the aircon on, hon. So everybody, you know, we just finally got the power back. So because it's been so hot today too, we'll have to probably run the aircon all night, which usually we don't. We only run it till 7, 8, sometimes 9 p.m. and then shut it off. But because the house is going to be so hot now, we'll have to run it all night, which is fine, I guess, every once in a while. But it's not too fine, really, because I don't have my export credit meter on there yet, and so I'm losing money. But that's the way it is sometimes. So we did get a call. Our parts for the generator are in. We have to drive to see KGN D'Oro or KDN D'Oro or something. I can't really pronounce the word, but it's called CDO for short. That's where the vendor is, and that's where the parts finally came in from China. We get this water pump and fan reinstalled, and then we'll be back online with the generator when needed. So that's a plus, big plus. So one of the lead in the project here right now went to the Polog to buy some wires, some breakers, some switches, some things he needs to complete this setup. He should be back here within an hour or so. So we're looking good. Everything's coming together. Monday is supposed to be the day. It's the scheduled appointment for the power company engineer. They call it OBO, O-B-O here. And then also the municipality engineer, OBO. They're supposed to both come here at the same time and do their final inspection on the solar system, and then they have to give me a date in writing that they're gonna install the meter. And also at that time, they'll give me a copy of the net metering agreement, the contract, and then we'll hash that out back and forth until we're both satisfied what we think is fair, or for what kind of money they're going to give us per kilowatt hour. Once we get that signed, then we can go online with it. So that's the next steps. That's the end steps of this whole process that's taken since October of last year. And today's May. It's May now. So this gives you an idea of how long it takes in the Philippines to get anything done. You know, I would have been online within a maximum 2 months in the States, because I've done solar with the power companies there before, and it was like a little more, it was like 45 days, a little less than 45 days when I signed my net meter agreement in Las Vegas years ago. So this is a whole new process here in the Philippines. They're just getting going on it. So there's very few, there's only like a handful of applicants right now that want the net metering on the new net metering law. So it's just getting started. So that's one reason that the process is so slow because, they just claim ignorance on it, and that makes it even slower, right? So good luck. But if it all works out, I'm happier than a pig in shit, because then I'll add to my system, right? Yeah. So it'll be a sweet situation if it works out. We'll see here. We're getting into the critical crunch time of the end when we back and forth negotiate the contract of what they're going to actually pay, because that's per the customer. They're going to try to lowball some people, and if they don't have a clue of what's going on, they'll lowball them and they'll just sign it. And that's a contract is supposed to be two parties agreeing on a fair deal between both sides. And then if they can't make an agreement, then it goes to court. And I try to stay out of court if all possible, but if someone's trying to take advantage of you, and it's already a written law, but then they're still trying to take advantage of you, well, then you have to fight it, right? Because I think that's our job as Christians every single day. Yeah, it's good. You're gonna make a trouble, but you have to fight evil where it exists. And if it starts to touch you and your family, you need to fight it. You don't just lay down and say, I give up. No, that's not. Did Jesus do that? When he knew, he look at the suffering that he went through, right? He knew he was going to sacrifice his life for the entire world, all the sins. So he had a mission, right? And if he gave up, and because he could have smoked and killed every single person that was evil to him, but he didn't. He knew what the plan was, so he followed through with the plan, right? But in the end, when he comes second coming, right, he's going to smote all the evil in before his path. That's what the Bible prophecy says, right? Because Satan's going to go up against them with all the governments and powers in this earth, all the high technology, and even the giants it used to be, which is the Nephilim, which is your fallen angels, and also your men of renown, which is the children of fallen angels, having sex with a human woman and having super strong beings like Hercules and all that. I completely believe that that's the truth of what happened long ages ago. Those times are coming back because of the technology right now, and genome technology that's going on. They know all your genes. They got it all mapped out now, and they're manipulating it, cloning people. Cloning animals. It's everywhere now, and we just don't see the unbelievable stuff that they've already done, right? Because that's these secret labs all over the world. And it's going full tilt right now. These countries going full tilt with all these cloning and all these human enhancements of superhuman beings and stuff, just like the comic books. Shit you not, that's the stuff that's coming. That's what I believe, because there's biblical proof of prophetic prophecy to back that up. That's why God told me escape to the Philippines. That's why I'm here. Give my family a fighting chance, and where Satan can't destroy the family, right? Oh yeah, we got problems, just like every man, woman, and family in this earth has problems. But you know what? There's no laws here that gives you an out, right? You got to work it out, no matter if it's from day to day. The powers of and principalities, which is your spirit, good spirit fighting the evil spirit, it's always attacking you every single day. I don't care who you are on the earth or where you are. That's happening every single day. And if you don't have your armor of God on, that he explains to you in the Bible, right? The full armor. If you don't have that on, or if you're weak, you're going to get pummeled. But you know what? At least here in the Philippines, the laws are no divorce, right? So there's no way you can ultimately lose the battle in the end, because you have to work it out. You have to work it out no matter what. Thank God for this country. Thank God for this country because of that. And you know what? This is the only country left in the world that's like that. So if you want any kind of clue of saving yourself, saving your family in the future, come to the Philippines. You don't have a choice. If you want to protect what you're trying to build as a family on this earth in the ways of the Lord, the only way it's not going to be destroyed, come to the Philippines, because there's no laws that says that either one of you can destroy it. You know what I mean? So that's the way it is here, and I thank God for this place. And that's why I'm here. That's why God told me to come here. There's no doubt in my mind. But look at how beautiful the pool is today. Beautiful. Crystal clear. And that's why it's so important to have that white tile on your bottom in all the deep areas. You know? That's what's gonna make your pool look so beautiful. So it's a lot of hard work though. I spend a couple hours every single day netting it, netting all the bugs out of it. That's a constant. Netting all the debris that blows in from the winds once it starts to get windy and stuff like that. You know, and then yesterday morning we vacuumed the entire pool, which is the bottom, all the dusty and sinks, this heavy stuff sinks to the bottom, and then you just vacuum it all up. Goes into your pre-filters, goes in your main filters, and then you clean those. But you know what? All the kids swam today, and during this blackout, no aircon, no fans, nothing, right? No breeze. You saw the temperature earlier, over 90 degrees Fahrenheit with close to 100% humidity, probably high 90s. Maybe high 80s, right in there, right? You can see just me walking around here, right? Yeah, perspiration. And I'm acclimated. I've been here for several years now, full time. You're gonna sweat. So try to stay in the shade. But I went up to the topped the tower earlier today, got rid of some bird nests and stuff that was up there, and breezy, nice and cool. It was wonderful. Anyways, I'll do another video with the solar crew tomorrow, and they're going to do a little bit more work. They should be able to finish it up tomorrow. We'll do another real close video of what they're doing and go from there. So take care, guys, and good luck to you. God bless. Bye-bye.